Hello, I'm Cheryl Algie from Kerrang in Northern Victoria, and our little town is still cut off by, well, actually I think my husband said the bridge was open but only to local traffic at the western side. But to my mind there's lots of water still out there, so I said, how are they going to get there? He said, if you've got a four-wheel drive, you'd get through there. But he said, I won't be taking my vehicle out there and getting all that smelly water in it. So anyway, there's been so much devastation with farms lost, houses having water in them. It's just heartbreaking, and I do feel for all the people that live out there. Now, crafting is great to take your mind off reality, so I began using the frame florets. My original plan was to use the frame florets to create a card using this style of card, the pop-up, which I've cased from Tammy White, and you could do it, it would be doable, but you'd need to make a much bigger card, so I didn't want to do that. So I have used some of the paper. I'm going to make one with the matching paper that's only available. You guys will be able to get it in November, unless you're a demonstrator. You can get it now, and then it's finished early January. So yeah, so I'll just go through that. I've already scored it because I'm always scared I'm going to make a mistake on line, and I don't want to do that. So I'll just guide you through what I've done. So I've basically used the same scoring measurements as Tammy. Who have I got? I've got a couple of people here. Hi Rhonda, hi Deborah, hi Jodie. But I've cut mine in half at 4 1/8 like we usually do for our Australian, well, America's the only ones that don't use what we use. So when I'm scoring little measurements, I always start on this side. So I've scored here at 1/2 inch. Make sure you've got your right blade there. So I've gone 1/2 inch there, 1 1/4, which I did on that side as well. So 1 1/4 there. Then what I like to do is flip that around to continue on. You don't have to, you can, but I'll just explain why I do this, is because if you did it this side, you've only got this little piece here to hang on to. So if you do it the other side, you can then flip it around. So then we go to 2 inches here, down there, 2 3/4. I will put these on my blog eventually. Don't be in a hurry, because I'm planning on, or am doing a day just for anyone who wants to come in the community. I was just going to do it for my group, and then I thought there might be people are frightened, they're afraid, they don't know, we still don't really know. We seem to be fairly safe now, but if we get a big rain in the catchment areas, that could change very quickly. So 6 3/4, so 7 1/2. I've forgotten what I was going to say now, I've forgotten my words. And 8 1/4. Oh, and that's not the last one, 9. So you could, when you do those first few, you could flip it around and do it on the other end if you wanted to. Some people say that makes it more accurate, but mine was fine. I didn't. Sometimes I think when I had less room, I've moved everything around, I've got more room, and I had the arm out. I wasn't having it down flat. I think that was where I was going wrong. Now, and I'm not going to do that yet. I just want to fold the middle ones, because I need to adhere my paper, my DSP there. And if I've burnished them, it's easier to see where the paper's got to go. Oh, yes. Oh, and the other thing I've done differently to Tammy is mine's going to be a full card. Hers was just, I'll explain as we go further. Hers was just the little, which you could do that, but I've popped mine. Instead of using the base that she's used, the size base, I've actually used a full-sized base so that you've got plenty of room to write. So this glue is nearly out. I did get another one out of my drawer. So I knew it was getting a bit. Isn't this paper gorgeous? Not sure if it's got it right in the wrong way. I don't think it has. I should have actually measured to make sure I... Oh, what have I done? Make sure I cut it properly. Have I cut two pieces the same size? Have I? So that one goes on the... now she's stuck her fingers in it. Great. I had this down pat earlier in the week, and then I go on to something else. Okay, maybe I had that. This can go on that. Change tactics, that can go there, and this one might have to go here because I'm pretty sure I didn't have the pretty paper. I only had it in the... Yeah, that's what I've done. I haven't cut it down. Sorry about that. Easy fixed. Let's get a ruler. See what this measurement is here. So across here it's, I think I've got the same. So this is what not to do. Have your paper cut to the right size. That's what you should do. So we want, that's 10 across there, so we want 9.5. Put the glue out the way. And hopefully this is right. My mind is all over the place today. Yeah, that is right, because I can remember thinking it's easy to get it up the wrong way because it's 9.5 by 10. So, hopefully that's the right way. It's probably actually not. No, I think that'll be right. Now we need to cut a hole out of here with our... Tammy used all sorts of frame, like she used the, what are they called? The ones with the diorama, ones with the funny shapes. And I was going to grab out the right sized one, and obviously I didn't. Let me see, I've already cut this out. So it's the one that fits in there, it's not that one. Might be this one, is it? Yeah, it's the one that had a little bit of tape on it. I must have marked it so that my girls would know which one it was, or I would know which one to tell them it was at a class a while ago. So now you want to centre that. Just going to use a bit of washi tape on that. Some well-used washi tape because I don't want it to tear my paper. It's even got my big boss here ready. See how organised am I tonight or this afternoon? Might be a better colourway anyway. The flowers might clash a bit with the pretty paper. I'm not sure what my plan was now. As I say, it was a few days ago and I've had other things on my agenda. Pretty pretty sure I don't need that again, but I'll just leave it close by in case. Oops, don't want you to tear. That would be disastrous. Might matter on the inner bit because I don't need that. Just this outside bit I don't want it to tear on. Get there. I won't mess around getting that off there because I don't need it anyway. Then to cut out this piece, you can either, I like to go another size up. I don't like a skinny surround. I think I went, no, it wasn't that one. So it's which one is it? This one, I think. So that's not the biggest. It'll be the second biggest, I think. Yep, I think this is the right one that I used. And then I put that inside there and run them through. Okay, and then you end up with this, right? That one would be the, from the biggest, it would be the third biggest one, in case anyone's wanting to have a go at this card. It's pretty easy, really. Now, grab my little name back, put some glue around here. Not sure I've got the right side, not the wrong side. Might have to grab me a spare one. It's not that warm today, so it shouldn't start spurting out too fast or anything. The other day I had glue everywhere because it was so warm. The weather is just so changeable. From t-shirts to having heaters back on again. Now, I do want to pop in my inside bit. I don't know what I was going to do on the inside. Make it up as I went along, probably. Because I did find it a bit tricky to put the inside bit in. And was I going to have a sentiment? Doesn't look like I was. So, what will we have on the inside? So the inside's going to be that way. Probably the one I just put away. Now I might use this one for a special person on a special day. I think I'll do that in Memento. Make sure that says what I wanted to say. Though you always line it up on your lines you've got on your grid paper. Yeah, I think I just want to use Memento for that. And it's a good idea to have a practice stamp just to make sure you're inking it up properly. I have. And what I might do, what flowers have I got? Okay. I might do this group of flowers here. And as I've told you before, we always put it down so it relaxes a little bit before you pick it up. It's especially important if you're using if you're going to die cut it. You don't want it to be stretched out of place. I didn't do a practice stamp, did I? But I've got some black on here. My baby wipe was a bit wet because I squirted it. That doesn't look like it's inked up. No. Should be, because I've used it a little bit. Sometimes you just, okay, maybe I don't want to use that. It's a bit, I could use it here. Go a bit crazy and do something different this time. Use it here. Make it up as you go along. Always works, doesn't it? Or nearly always. Sometimes we have a bit of a disaster, but we're not going to today, are we? Hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, now that one about in the middle. Oops. This is why you do this first, isn't it? And when you're stamping with, hang on, I know what I'm going to do. Instead of doing that, I'm going to cover that right up with this. Won't have much room to write, but that doesn't matter. You won't have to write as much, will you? Does that look? That looks a bit strange, doesn't it? Maybe we'll flip it over and do it again. Maybe. With photopolymer, you do have to hold it fairly firmly. Go pulling it off too quick, like I did. I just wasn't wanting too much black. Sometimes the ink, if it's a bit wet, you get a big black marks in it. I have just not long re-inked my Memento. Oh, now we need the sentiment again, don't we? Just as well I was smart not to clean my block, wasn't it? Just yet. Yeah, that's better. Let's put that to the side, those to the side. Oh, maybe I'll clean them. A bit of my grotty paper, just in case I set something down on them. It'll be just my luck. Okay. Seems to go in the crevices of this one. Probably come off better with my scrub. Anyway, that's got the most of it off. Now, bring that back, and I might just, where's a pinky type brush. You could colour these in, of course, but I'm going to be lazy and just do a bit of sponging. I'll just continue the pink sponging all around there because it looks a bit funny when I've stopped it at the edge. Yeah, that's better. we might use that for the envelope as well. So now, like I said, I want to adhere this inside. A little bit of snail that I've got left over, still using up. So I just found it a little bit tricky once I had the card together. Now we need to burnish our score lines. Right there. I think I'll put the window sheet on next. Get off. Just a little tip with the, not so much with this one. Which way do I want that? Probably that way. I don't know why, but Tammy's got hers cut. I want it that way, so if I leave it there, I know which way to go. And I'm going to use some double-sided tape. I'm just going to guess. I didn't want to put it on the window sheet. It's a bit close, but let's see how that goes. I cut my, I'm going to create another one using the rectangle, stitched rectangles, but I actually cut my window sheet a little bit bigger. I don't know why she's got it that measurement, because our card, this card is narrower than hers, and I found it, yeah, I used my seal, and I put glue all around there, and it was actually, I almost wrecked a window sheet because it went on the parts of the window sheet you could see through there. I'm probably not explaining myself very well. Put the window sheet on and I'll explain it a little bit better. Oh, don't want it on my fingers. Come on. Off you get. Off you get. Now, if I haven't lost the window sheet, it'll be all good. Now, I said I was going to put it that way, didn't I? Which is all good. Yeah, this one was fine because I did one with the circle the first time, and it's fine. I don't know if you can see there, but I'll show you better on the other one. But she had it all there, so I've only just got it there. But that's probably because I could have brought it down a little bit. So that's what you want to do. Then you want to just make sure I've got my score lines scored in the right direction. Then you want to just put your glue. And I just use normal seal. It seems to be holding fairly well, but you could use your Seal Plus. Come on. Or you could use your double-sided tape. Now stick your finger on the window sheet with glue on it. It's one thing I don't like about these sorts of things where you've got to move something sticky there. When you've got to move it along with your fingers, you get glue on your finger, and it annoys me because then you put glue on something you don't want glue on. Now, this was a little bit tricky, but let me see if I can remember. What did I do? It wasn't that tricky. I want that one. So it's on the end one. And what did I do? I think I did that. I can pull this up, no worries. So yeah, so again I just folded that so it's about in half, and then boom, down like that. Okay, and then to get it onto our card, we want to put glue here. Just gonna finish that again, so it's obvious which ones you want that on. It's this one. I don't know, she did 2 rows, but I'm just doing 1 because if you do 2, you seem to go over the edge where you don't want to go. Oh, that's right, I did some measuring on here too. That's right. Now what was the measurement? She's forgotten, she should write things down. I think it was 3/4 of an inch. Let me just see on the other one. Pretty sure it was, yeah, thereabouts, so that you can get it centered. You don't have to do this, you can just wing it, but I found it helpful to measure, and I didn't need to rub the measurements off. I just put it where you can't, because I put the card base over it. Just gonna put it somewhere where I can see is the main thing. Oh, from, now where am I measuring from? From the, yeah, I'm not measuring from the DSP, I'm measuring from the edge of the card. Is anyone asking questions? Hi, Lisa. Lisa has reached out to a lady that used to live near her, and she wants to come to my open day on Sunday, which is great. So thank you, Lisa. I'm sure we'll enjoy Glenda's company. That's if she can get here, and I'm pretty sure she can. I've given her a few directions. I don't know how familiar she is with the area. You can't go the normal way. Oh, Glenda's here. Hi, Glenda. Did you get my message? So we're measuring from the edge of the card fold. I'm just putting a little pencil mark there, 3/4 of an inch, or if you want to do metric, whatever that is in metric. I tend to go from one to the other, and then I measured on the other side as well, because I like things to be accurate if I can. We all stamp things crooked at sometimes, don't we? We can't all be perfect all the time. Okay, so I've got my adhesive on there. Just make sure I've got, well, it doesn't really matter which side. So what I did was I put, probably if I leave it on the silicone mat, you'll probably be able to see better. I actually put the little box on there. I can see my mark, and on there. And then I did the same, because that's not stuck. I can do the same here if I can find my marks. Oh, there we go. Just make sure you've got it all lined up, and it goes over the sticky, over the mark that I've made. Tammy said to make sure you've got it. She does it like that, but it's just to make sure that it's going to fit in your envelope, because this will fit in a normal envelope. Then you've got your card, you've got your little box shape, and I did, to make things quicker, I did stamp some, did I stamp some cards? Stamp some flowers, and this one is actually cut out of the, looking to see where my other one is, so I can copy a little bit, so you could put that just there. I think I went a bit over the top and put my, I'm glad I switched those up, because it would have been too full on with the floral together, wouldn't it? And I just thought I just cut out bits and pieces, thinking I might use them, I might not. Thinking I could use that and that, but maybe I don't need to. I might just copy my other one. We might put that under there. And we might put these under here, either side. And oops, I always like to lay it out before I go putting sticky on anything. Well, that's the other way. Not much sunshine about, so I've got my light on, of course, but it's not very daylight in here this afternoon. I've thought a couple of times better go and get my washing, and before I have, it's rained again. So rain, rain, go away. We don't need you anymore at the moment. I might just put that one there, and maybe that one there. Arrange them however you want, but yeah, I don't think I'll need that one this time. So that's what I've decided to do. Let's grab some dimensionals. Down to the nitty gritty here. Oh, I've got another sheet. Might be easier than having to stop and cut. They're the big ones? No, they're the little ones. Okay, got some in here. Okay, well, I think I have. Of course I have. No, that's sheets. I don't want sheets. Just one. What's these ones? They're little as well. I must have used all my big ones. Well, I haven't used all of them. I've got some. What's that? Oh, they're all little. You have to fetch some more out. So I'll just go with the little ones, I think. Easier than trying to grab those. Now I'm just going to put the dimensionals in from the edge a little bit so that I can pop my greenery, my leaves, underneath and not bang into the edge of the flowers. I didn't go through how I coloured these, I just did them with blends. Oh, I will tell you, there's Blushing Bride in this paper, and so what I did, I'm not going to blow that because I'll blow all my flowers off. What I did to achieve the Blushing Bride look on that little flower was I used light Flirty Flamingo, and some of you probably don't even know that we can get all these neutrally type colours. So I've used Blushing Bride. I know Sharon's got them. Where's the... So it's SU 900 in the... well, just in the Stampin' Blends, and they're in the annual catalogue. So I've mixed the two, to, well, not mixed them together, I have. I've stamped. I've coloured with one, and then I've coloured over with the other. And I was quite happy with the, because that's against the Blushing Bride. I didn't think that was too bad. I have to say that's probably the only time I've used those ones, or basically the only time. So let's see if we can get that in the centre. Do all our flowers first. I might have to chop the end of that leaf off. It's a rather beautiful leaf, but it's rather large. Now, same thing, we'll put our dimensionals on here. I took the backs off them, yep. Off. And this one here, this flower, it cuts out of the paper, as I said, but with one of the framelits. I think it's the only framelit, I haven't got my framelits out, that cuts out of the paper. So I want that. I think I might want to pull the end off that. This is my favourite way to glue. A lot of times the reason I don't use the adhesive sheets, and you're going to be a pain, so I'm going to open my new one, is because I don't want the leaves stuck down all the way. I only want them stuck down, you know what I mean. I just want them to lift up a little bit. So I'm just going to put the glue on the end of these leaves as well. Oops, make sure I've got it on the right way. You know, yep. And we may as well do these as well. I should give them a bit of a burnish as well. And we'll just add a little bit of glue here. Oops, that's a lot of glue there. I don't want that much. I'll give some to that one. So then let's see if I've cut this off enough. I may not have. Oops, just putting glue everywhere there. I don't think that'll jut out too far. I'll have a look in a sec. Do I have that? Can't remember now. I might have had it kind of, did I? They'll be okay anyway. Get off. Get off. Now it's gone under the flower. Goodness me. Okay, now we need to embellish you, don't we? I think what to put. Maybe I'll try some of those. Not sure if they're supposed to be green or blue, but I think you could use them for either. So there's just 3 left in this package. So that's what I'm going to use. And I can't remember if these ones pick up with my take your pick or not. Some just slide off when I do that. Yeah, they go alright. I have used them on the bluey type ones too. It's just, they probably don't even need embellishing, these ones, but you know us card makers, we can't make a card without putting embellishments on it, can we? Even the red might have looked nice. I don't know what colour that's supposed to be. It's not really red and it's not really pink. Not sure. I'll have to look it up in the book and see what they reckon it is. Hi Maggie. Thanks, Rhonda. I'm sure we will, Rhonda. I'm sure she is, Lisa. I've spoken to her on the phone. She sounds lovely. Hi, Denise. Hi, Liz. Hi, Anita. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Anne. How are you going, Anne? Jody. Hi, Jody. I think I've said hi to everybody else. Okay, so then you've got your card. As I said before, that's how Tammy had made it, just with that cut off, and that was just your little card. But I just thought I could put it on a normal card, and then you can open it up like normal. So that's I won't do the envelope because you saw me do the inside, so I'll do the envelope later. Just stamp something on it, or put a bit of paper or something on it. Now I do have another Christmassy one, but I have actually gone ahead and just to show you what I did differently, and I haven't really decided what I wanted to do here. I thought I'd wing this one, but I haven't stuck my window sheet, so I've stuck my paper on there. Haven't done this either, have I? What was I going to put on the inside? Oh, probably some paper. Yeah, let's just do that. I'll just do that first. So that's ready to go. There, and I'll just chop that off at the where it's a bit long, is it? Just a smidge. I think that'll be fine. So that goes, where are we? That goes in here, so I'll do that. Oh, no, I've got to, haven't got to, but I will stamp on the inside of it. Use Decorated with Happiness again. Used that last Friday, I think, didn't I? Need to get off there. Sometimes these photopolymers frustrate me. There was a better way to work with them, shall we say. That on there. This one says, wishing you a season decorated with happiness and wonder. And the background piece is shaded spruce. Get my machine out the way so I can grab that. That's being a nuisance in there, so I don't think I need it anymore. I should get rid of it. And I've got sticky stuff everywhere. I hate being sticky. I'm not going to have a trial run. I'm just going to wing it. It'll be too bad if I mess it up. There we go. Pretty sure I don't need that again. Just quickly clean my block. There's something sticky on there. I don't know why, because I haven't had anything sticky on there. Let's get my snail. Get that knot in there and here. Up the correct way would be good too. Okay, let's pop that in here. So same thing, I've put that on my background paper on there. This is it the Santa paper? Yeah, I think it is the paper that goes with the Santa set. I didn't get the Santa set, but I did get the paper. So same measurements. As I said, I will pop them on my blog, but probably not until, well, you never know. I might get time before Sunday. I imagine tomorrow I'll be doing a bit of baking and a bit of vacuuming through and those sorts of things. I need to get my kits. I'm just keeping going with my kits and doing as many as I can because I'm going to have another day for my precious ones that can't get in from out of town. Because it's not fair to leave them out. So I'm going to put that on here. Now to get my rectangle, I did the same thing. I cut out the rectangle and I've used, I think this is the 3rd and the 4th. But it's the one that fits, so you'll know if you've got the rectangle dies. I'm just going to carefully put some glue around there, so I don't want too much. I probably prefer to do this with the round frame, like because it gives you a bit more room. pick it up without getting all sticky is challenging too. Okay, let's see, there we go. Oops. Well, it's a good idea to put the frame around before you put the window sheet in, because you don't want to get your glue all over your window sheet. I don't know why that's not fitting. Cut with the same framework. It is, I've just got to, I think it's stretched a little bit. There we go. So, now where's the window sheet gone? Oh guys, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Did I put it back in there? I told you this would happen. Shouldn't be laughing, it's not funny. It was here. Where have you gone? Ah, here it is. So what I was meaning before was Tammy's measurements for the window sheet are 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. Well, I've changed it on mine. I'll put the directions up on my blog at some stage to 3 3/4 by 3 7/8. So because you can see there, hopefully you can see, you do not have a lot of leeway here when you're using the rectangles. So that's why I did that. And mine's cut to a bigger, oh, where's the end? Mine is cut larger than hers. Like, yeah, mine's a larger piece of window sheet. So what I meant was, you don't want to stick this on and have the adhesive showing out from the window sheet, because otherwise when you go to squish it down, it's going to close your card completely together. You don't want that. So you've got to put it really close. And you do want it sealed all the way around. Not as important to do it this side, but I think I've still got too much there. I went from the edge, and I shouldn't have, because it comes in from the edge a little bit. So I just want probably about there. Okay, just burnish that. I've got that over the edge a bit too, so I just need to push that back a bit. I thought my nails were fairly long, but they're obviously not. Okay, so where I've got that just over there, I just need to push it back a little bit. And when you have your first go of this, I would use the circle framelits. Actually prefer using them. This way is a bit trickier. Come on, come up. All right. Now, that was the right don't actually think it matters with this one. Yeah, that's good. Actually, I'm being a bit furry there, so I should have gotten rid of that before. We might make that the front so we can hide that little bit there, so that I can put my, I'm going to use a deer, I think. Now there's my tape. So same again, just hold him there, hold it about in half, and then go there and squish him. So I've got a little box. Fold it, squish him down. So I've got a little box. You really can't go wrong. Now, measuring again, because if I wing it, I'm bound to mess it up. So I'll go 3/4 in. I won't do it there because I won't see it. 3/4 in. 3/4 in. Did I go from the edge? Yep. And the same over here. I just found this was easier to get it all centered. I mean, I didn't have any trouble removing it once but if you went to use wet glue, it'd be a different story. You wouldn't get it up and then back again, but I was able to do that, so it was all good. Okay, now that's the front, so where am I going to put my deer? If I put him there, I can cover up that little edgy bit, can't I? I'm going to put it that way and line this up here. And here, make sure it's level with that side. Do the same here. Just pretty easy. Line it up there. Where's Mother Mark? Can't see Mother Mark. I think that looks about right. Gone a bit further over the line there, and you can see the pencil mark a bit, but all good. Yeah, now it's just a matter of decorating it, and I can't remember what I was going to do. I think I left this, I was going to come back to it, and I didn't. What have I got in there? I've got another piece of that. I did have something in mind, just got to remember what. Oh, I know, I think I was going to put this up here like this and put these, yeah, and then my holly, my berries. Okay. I might just put a couple of little ones in here, little dimensionals in here, so that I can then poke the holly where I want it. Hope this is going to work. This is totally on the fly. Which way that's meant to go. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll work. Oops, that has worked. That's on there. So I do that. I might just use, I don't want to use, could use glue dots. I just don't want to use wet glue, because I don't want it to go all over my window sheet. Got dimensional on my finger. And same here, but I might have to use a glue dot. Might be easier. Stick you on there and stick you on there. Thought I was going underneath something, I'm not. So, bit of strategic planning here. There we go. Just to shove the glue dot under so it can't be seen. There we go, and then the deer can go just like that. I think I've stamped him in early espresso onto just basic white, and then just punched him out with the, I'll put that away, the deer punch that we have. So that's from the Peaceful Deer set. I didn't go through all the sets and just everything I did tonight because it just takes too long, and most of you know which sets, and you can always message me and ask me if you're not sure. So I'm pretty sure you've seen me stamp this beautiful deer. This is my favourite deer out of the whole set, and I have used this lots. I love the tree as well. Now, do we need any embellishments on this? We could use our red rhinestones because we've got our red holly, but do we actually need them? I wonder. I'm going to pick up with that, are you? I don't know that we do. But just because it's Christmas and we want some sparkles, maybe we will. There we go. Now I have some show and tell for you. A couple that I was, the ones that I was working on. I'm pretty happy about him, how he turned out. Quite happy about him. And where's the other one I just did? It's this one. Oops, up this way. And this was my first one I did. I kind of cased the whole design. She's used, Tammy's done heaps of these, and she's used, where do we open? She's used the Splendid stems. So that was the first one I did. I've changed it a little bit, cut my beautiful ribbon in half, and I haven't fussy cut that. I've used the punch, the little bee got there, gorgeous. And another couple, I thought. Yes, I do. This one, another Christmassy one, just with the tree and the beautiful DSP behind it, with some of the sparkly glimmer paper, the white. And I did another one using the new paper with some Evening Evergreen glimmer paper on that as well. Did I put on the inside? I don't know. Yeah, just a happy birthday. Yeah, so I was quite happy about with all of those, how they turned out. There we go, I hope you can see all of them. Alrighty. Thanks, Myrtle. Hi, Ron. Hi, Rita. Thanks, Sharon. Hi, Belinda. You all ready for Sunday? Hi, Jan. Are you going to come Sunday? You're most welcome. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, that's it from me for this afternoon. I better sign off here and get back to making up some more packs for Sunday. Okay, it's going to be quite a simple day, nothing too involved. There's a couple that are using fitting florets that I've put on the outside of the packs that they're for advanced stampers, only because there's a lot of die cutting. There's not really any colouring. There's a bit of fussy cutting, whereas the other ones are just simply adhering DSP and putting a sentiment on and assembling as I have done. And it's just a freedom day to do whatever you like with the pack that you're given. You don't have to follow, there's no directions. You don't have to follow what I've done on my card. You can do it a different way if you want to. It's just going to be fun, and just get together and everyone take their mind off what's happening around us, all the devastation and all the water around us. I don't think many people understand just how it is in Kerrang, that we are really, well, we're not totally cut off, but to get to anywhere, there's big detours, and the only road out, I'm not that confident that won't close too. But hopefully the water will recede and we'll be back to some sort of normal fairly soon. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. It was lovely to have you all. I really appreciate your support. Okay, bye-bye.